Hello and welcome to episode 335 of 10 o'clock. I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno and there is no guest this week. Xeno.
Hi, I forgot my hat. Keep going.
So, as we begin all episodes of 10 o'clock, we will continue the regular, stated, and normal order. This starts with emblems on your screen now. When Xeno returns and pushes a button, there will be emblems on your screen. There are 2 emblems. These emblems are the emblems we have found while playing the game, and we'll decide which is best this week. I have found some kunai. Xeno has found really cool, awesome symbol.
It's
that's like a wolf.
Yeah, it's got a wolf in it, innit?
That's like a wolf, man.
Yeah. Where the fuck is my hat?
I bet you, like that's probably even like the letter. If somebody can read, I'm not even going to take a guess which language it is, but one of the amazing languages that is probably Japanese, but I don't know if that's like wolf in like those languages. That would be doubly cool, like wolf moon. Wolf
I don't know where my hat is. Oh
yeah.
wait, did I hang
so
it back
still,
up?
there's 2 emblems. I do believe Xeno has one. The emblems because his emblem is so cool. However, if you at home would like to win 150 platinum, go into the comments below, and you will find a link to a Google page. On that, you have to decide which is the better emblem, and then put in your details for your name, which platform you play Warframe on, and wish to win some platinum, and your in-game name. Please get that right, and then you're in with a chance to win 150 platinum. And we give out platinum to all platforms individually. So there's one for PC, one for PS4, one for Xbox, and one for Switch. So all you have to do is go into the comment in the link in the description of this video, and you will find it there. I'm not sure what else to say about that. I always think I missed something.
Dojo dusting!
I don't. Yeah, let's move on.
My
Dojo
hat's
dusting.
over there. Right, cool. So...
You find it?
No, it's hanging up. So I'll nab it in a minute.
Fair hat.
So 10 o'clock is going to be shorter for the time being until the quarantine period is lifted from the UK, because my internet is garbo. It will literally take me 24 hours to upload a 1-hour episode. So, you know, we're trying to save my mentality and being able to use an internet connection, but at the same time still maintaining the whole 10 o'clock is still happening. Yep.
That's sorry. It would take me an hour to upload a normal episode of 10 o'clock that's like over 2 hours long, maybe even 3 hours.
No. It'll take me 48 hours to upload a 2-hour episode.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, This one's game. So we're going to aim for about an hour, and there will be a few changes. We're going to shrink a few things. I'll point out now, I'm still going to read every comment that people put on a video, but I'm only going to be picking probably 1 or 2 small ones to go in what we're going to describe. We're going to keep Patreon questions the same. We're going to try and keep everything
they're
the
limited
same.
to 2 per person now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Person. And we're mainly going to have 1 topic, maybe 2 if they're 2 smaller topics. But the whole thing is hopefully going to be about an hour. Yeah. I imagine this won't change for too long, and we might shape it up. We'll see how this goes. But the sad thing is, because the way we were uploading them, Xeno came all the way over to the next city over where I am to give me the video, and then I would upload it. But we're not allowed to do non-essential travel, and we stick by the rules, and that's not really essential travel. So it's also, Xeno would have to travel on a train or a tram, which is public transport, risks him getting infected, then he might infect me. So we've all got to stick by what our rules are. And for us, I can't remember what the taglines are. It's like, stay home, something, stay safe, protect the NHS. That's what we're trying to do. Protect the NHS, Xeno, but staying home.
Yeah, or I'm just gonna go by Judge Dredd. I am the law. Sorry. I am the law.
I'm gonna get the things. What is it? Stay home, protect the NHS, save lives. That's the new government tagline. So we're staying home, we're protecting our NHS, and we're saving lives, people, by shortening 10 o'clock. But yeah, so it's only for the time being. We will hopefully go back to in the future. Right. But we got to change. We're all changing to this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna stick to speed, people. Speed. Right. Let's move on. Adjusting
graphs. Right.
Now there's Tenacon. We're all going to be doing digital Tenacon. That's lovely. Graphs. From last week.
First one. Do you prefer short-lived or endless missions? Right. So I didn't give people an option of both because I think everyone would just vote for that. But it was one or the other. 54 people responded. 38 people said short-lived. 61% said endless. What are you?
Endless, I think.
Okay, I'm short-lived. Right, next one.
That you are, whereas I am endless and timeless.
Will the frame law ever make perfect sense? 57 people responded. 10% said that they didn't care. 26% said yes. 63% said no.
No, they're never going to make this iron proof. They're never going to.
They could, but I think in the future it could break again, and they would need to fix it again. But moving on.
Before we just quite, I'll speed in the comments. Somebody even pointed out that in the Lavarian for Nova, there was like comments about the helmet that was saying like it was standard issue, but then there's comments about Nova was going to go blow herself up or something to start a reactor or something and save lives. So it's like really ridiculous that sometimes it says about the mass-produced side of things, and sometimes it says about the individual side, and it's never clear. They are never fixing this. It's just a mess. Oh, sorry. Moving on.
Fair point. Number 3. So let's move. Right.
HYE.
Have you experienced the issue as described in topic 3?
Xeno apologizes that HYE was not in the things for last week.
Yeah, my bad. 30 people responded. 20% said yes. 80% said no.
What were the issues in topic 3?
I can't remember.
Brilliant.
I should have got up the thing in the...
No, it's fine. Moving on. There's no back. There's only forward in the 10 o'clock.
Should engineering be as demoed? I think that needs an E. At TennoCon 2019. Right? 40 people responded. 17% said no. 20% said that they didn't care. And 62% said yes. So let's make engineering great again.
Interesting.
Yeah. I seriously want to good.
It's the Patreon questions first, isn't it?
Yep.
Right, we'll go to those, and then it'll be interesting to see the one comment I picked. It's a bit of a long one, but I picked one for that reason. Right, anyway, first of all, Nick Evans. In the new war cinematic, we see some confusion from Natar about the order of events. However, one thing she's clear on is that Ballas is a maker. How does this fit in with the Ballas was a sentient from the start of the sacrifice argument you've been favouring?
No, that was wiped out by the fact that Error and Ballas are two different people.
Oh, you thought Ballas became Error?
No, I thought that Error was faking being Ballas, right? And he was sort of like, when he got stabbed, he was reverting back to Error. But, yeah.
Oh, that he was a mimic sort of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool, man.
Yeah, that was right, my thought.
Do you think it's a matter of the aesthetic or just for fans that Nata has turned back into her sentient form and yet still has cleavage? Nick Evans. Good sir.
Gets to where it's at. Yeah. Probably for the fans.
The thing is, maybe for the fans, but to be honest, it's really impressed me too much. And I can never take my eyes off that face with the lines in it.
Well, yeah, I didn't even notice face.
That broken face it just feels so wrong on such a deep level that I'm just like, can't break eye contact.
That's where the lore fan service is at. The face.
There we go. Oh, God. Imagine a meme now where you like get a picture of it and it's like a cross section that says fan service for the lore fans, fan service for everyone else. Right, moving on. I'm going to get this right. Joshua Minik. Get it right. Get these names right. How are you doing?
I'm all right for the most part. Found some wicked noodles that are amazing. And I also bought myself some Lindor.
Nice.
Yeah, chocolate cocaine.
Hey, you're doing a bit of the exercise, though.
Chocolate cocaine.
I hope everyone else is doing fine as well. The tricky thing I'm finding at the moment is how to find... I miss going to the gym. I miss having exercise, and I like group exercise with a class or sometimes what to do. So that's why I'm finding the hardest thing. Because my knees aren't great, so I can't just go running, which seems to be what everyone says. Just go for a run. And I can't run on concrete. It just hurts my knees too much. So, yeah. Also from Joshua. If you're still going to Canada, despite TennoCon's digitization, would me getting a passport, since I doubt many other people are, and hopefully COVID-19 has been mostly inverted enough for me to travel across the border to Canada so I can have a drink with you two, be totally unreasonable or totally awesome?
That would be totally reasonable and awesome as long as our flights are not being cancelled. But we are trying to get
you going out of the way too much for yourself.
we are trying to get our flights refunded if possible, but we are currently being blocked by the fact that things are up in the air in terms of, flights and things.
Yeah.
So
I would say at the moment, don't book anything, don't plan anything, because
Yeah.
it's no one knows what's going to happen at the moment. So it may get worse, it may get better. Who knows? We just have to wait and see at this time being. But if everything does clear up and everything is amazing and we're free to go, we would love to meet more people such as yourself, Joshua. That'd be amazing.
We'll see what happens.
Last one is from Osidax. Please tell me how to pronounce that one. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong.
No idea.
What are your thoughts on the sentient ship tile sets and fighting them as a faction?
I've only done it briefly. I'm going to reserve the right to answer that question again in the future. Please ask it again in the future, because when I tried it, it was a glitchy mess on the first night. I'd rather try it again later.
But I like the fact they've got spaceships. That's kind of cool. I want to see more corpus and infested spaceships, especially infested spaceships. The tile set's cool though, and it's nice to see a bit of difference. But we sadly don't do enough on that ship yet. You just fly through it. There's not any reason for you to go, oh, I'm in this room defending that thing, or getting a feeler for it.
It's there enough sentience on
undescript.
it?
No, that too. There's just not enough sentience. I want to be attacked by a whole army of sentience. I have to run away. Maybe that.
You see the cutscene at the beginning of this update, and there's like legions of sentience around.
Where are them legions at?
Yeah, and like
where
you
them
go to it,
legions
and there's
at?
nothing there. I think that's a limitation on Railjack.
Oh, you think it's the Railjack that's limiting it, the amount of enemies you can fight on the ship?
I think it's the game mode, because when you go do a Grineer, I need to get inside that galleon, or I need to destroy that super weapon. Like, the insides are typically barren of any enemies. I just thought it was a bug, but I see what you mean. Yeah, could be. You there? Yeah. No, I mean, considering how Sanctuary Onslaught and Elite Sanctuary Onslaught can handle insane numbers of enemies simultaneously, it's so weird that Railjack is just barren.
Interesting. Maybe that's something you need to raise, specifically that comment, because you make a good point, because I never feel threatened in the Warframe sections of Railjack. Anyway, should we move on?
Yep.
Right, so the next thing is the community response from the video, and I picked one from JJ24, and I'm glad I picked this one now, because it's a bit long, but it's just one, so I'm going to read this out. I know we're on the clock. JJ24, engineering at TennoCon 2019. I completely disagree with the engineering system. For starters, I do not want to essentially see another mod screen mid-mission. This will confuse a lot of people than it will entertain. Railjucks are at the point where the only thing you need is more damage. There is no point in putting power into shields or using abilities that do not aid in killing enemies. Xeno has stated in the past, and I'm paraphrasing a bit, why should I be bothered to use any of the synergistic abilities when I can just shoot them with a gun? I'm sure many people agree with this mentality. I watched the TennoCon 2019 demo footage for the first time just now. Danielle turned on the resource scanner at the very beginning. Rebecca turned on a bonus shield capacity instead of the shields, turning off the EMP for the tether and particle ram, but turning off the tether for the EMP blast again. Skipping to the last moment of the engineering screen, power was supposed to be diverted to the big gun to shoot at the outside engines, but the UI feedback confused Megan to make it look like the cannon was activated. They ended up using the forward gun to do the job anyways. My whole point stating all this is that most of the power allocation was unnecessary. People will end up finding the optimal loadout and will not change anything, just like they do with the current mod system. The abilities will have to be changed to avoid spamming off cooldown as in the demo. The demo abilities had very little effect compared to the ones we have now. The abilities will have to be changed to avoid... Oh, I said the last bit. The fact that players will not have the abilities to even allocate power to at the beginning of the progression will confuse players even more. The engineering system lacked a ton of depth that other systems do it, like in FTL. I argue this iteration without the power allocation is better than having a shallow system that was shown in the demo. Whew.
I completely agree with your comment of having a shallow system. However, my mentality of just take the optimum build is what holds players back and holds DE back from doing quote-unquote challenging content. If there was stuff that was super duper hard, and like maybe there's the platforms, the star killer platform, whatever, that you could get shot at, maybe that thing can just flat out one-shot you unless you bulk out your shields. That way you have to do it. right? There's no incentive. It is flat out, you have to, right? So if you're not needing to engage with the system, if it's an optional component, people won't do it, right? People won't go for melee because guns are the optimal way of doing it. But if one system is the exclusive only way of solving a problem, then people will have to do it. Do you see what I'm saying? So you could say that there are some enemies that have, a minimum damage requirement, right? So you have to push all your energy into weapons. Yeah. So it's entirely dependent on the system around it to facilitate the need for the existing system. And if people don't do it and DE buckle to it, then there's no point in doing it whatsoever, right? But DE have stated, and I think the community has also stated, that it is a casual played game, right? There aren't hardcore players within Warframe. They keep saying they are, but they're not. They are not hardcore in any capacity.
Really? Okay.
People don't like challenge. They say they do, but show me an instance where people have said, no, this is not hard enough. People have always said, this is too difficult. This is too frustrating. This needs to be nerfed. This is unforgivable.
It's always simplify things, isn't it?
Yes, it's never make it harder.
Or more complex. I don't want to say harder, actually. I want to go with simple versus complex.
Yeah.
Because you can have something that's simple that's difficult, or complex and difficult, but it's always erring towards simplicity, never complexity.
Yes, exactly.
I see what you mean there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the difficulty, though, it's complex. Yeah, I can get behind it. I do see what JJ24 is saying, but at the same time, I feel that, as I think you're pointing out, that you'd see that you would have to design the system around that to have. So you'd have certain Grineer spaceship blinks in, and it's a big gunship, and you have to reinforce the shields, or try and reinforce the engines so you dodge the shots. There'd be ways of doing it. Or Grineer shield ships come in and
modulate
you have to penetrate their shields.
It's so there are so many different ways. Heck, you could have one that you have to find the frequency to which the shield that the corpus are using to pierce into your hull. You have to modulate it so that
dirty. I love that. It sounds cool.
Right.
Dirty.
So, you have to modulate it so the Grineer, so the corpus sleds are just basically bouncing off because they can't pierce the shields. So
the thing is that, I would say that the engineering system would be your sort of interactions with the mobs.
Yes.
They took that away. In reality now, what interaction do we have based on, and how do we change our gameplay based on the mobs we're fighting around? We don't. We just get cruise ships and Grineer ships, and we run around and we shoot them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you can turn on your ram sled, you can turn on your cloak. It doesn't really make a difference. You're just going to end up shooting them anyway.
Yeah.
And I think that if they had this sort of system where you had to modulate sections, and then the enemies would also be varied based on it. It could just be that the two enemies we've got. We'd have a cruise ship that is a shield cruise ship and a gun cruise ship. So that way you have to modulate. Even just that simple thing would be more interesting. Yeah. More complexity. But I think I know what what you're saying actually is people will be turned off.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with what JJ is saying. But I think, even during the dev stream that was done earlier today of this recording, people were saying, give us more challenge, and they were using Diablo 3 as an example. But that's not challenge. That is just make things more bullet sponge. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you still fight the enemies exactly the same way. Cool.
Yeah.
Right,
let's move on to the topics of this week.
Well, now that we're just ever so slightly ahead, I'm going to quickly grab my hat.
I'm going to grab a drink.
Ever so slightly ahead. Grabbing my hat. Grabbing my hat, Loz. Why did I
We're trying to get onto the topics by 20 minutes, which, my camera's gone all fuzzy, which I think we've done pretty well doing. So we're going to have one topic this week, and if those people who are guessing at this point, you can write down what you think that topic's going to be about. Not very hard. It's a month-long event going on in Warframe.
Just gave it away.
About that.
Gave it away. Right.
Not hard.
Cool.
What else would we talk about?
So,
right, today we're talking about Pets 2.0.
Right, so the topic for this week...
Pets 2.0.
Perhaps the most fucked up part of Scarlet Spear, fighting for points with other players and the clock.
I love fighting the clock. It's what we're doing now, right now. We're fighting the clock.
Yeah. Right. Pour myself a drink. Taking this very nonchalantly. Have a time critical component, just ignoring it entirely. Right. Everyone's been complaining about how grindy the event is because of how little you earn doing the actual mission. But we're not supposed to be getting the bulk of the points from the mission themselves, but from the reward at the end of each window. And that's the problem. The end window rewards are broken up based on how many points you earned during that window, with the check points at 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, and with rewards of 2, 6, and 10,000 points. 10,000 points sounds great, right? You're never likely going to see that tier of reward. I've yet to see a single person on the Railjack side at least reach the 5k mark. I've made it to a little over 3.5k and seen others push towards 4.5k. The points aren't hard to rack up. The problem is that the 100 Murex are divided between everyone participating. So me getting 1 means it's one another. That's supposed to be one other player. One another player can't get. Sorry, right, I understand now. Essentially, the more people your relay has and the more successful your relay is at driving off the Murex, the worse your reward is. We also have to fight the clock because of the nature of the window. If you want to maximize and hit a higher tier of bonus points, you have to be sure you're joining as soon as the window opens. If you join in the window, in the back end of the window, then you're going to be left scrambling to get that bonus. And if you have to leave the following wave early, then you're again likely just making that minimum. Right. So, I'm sure probably the majority of people listening have had some exposure to the event. And I'm pretty sure some of these numbers are incorrect.
Isn't this out of date?
Huh?
Isn't this out of date?
Yes, I'm pretty sure some of these numbers are incorrect because
I think it doesn't work like that at all anymore.
No, because I think it's double what your maximum score is now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. However, there is still some fundamental stuff that is off about this. So, where to start? How much of the event have you done?
I have done 2 full Murex. I've done when it first popped up, I did a few of the ground missions just by myself solo to see how that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Then they patched it in to do the space missions, but I've been doing some space missions with Ral, King Ral, with his amazing spaceship and amazing just killing everything. I've done 2 flotillas where we were the highest scorers, and we did I think we did 4 full missions. So you only do 3, I think, at that point to get the 3 pips above your head, which I assume is the 10k points. But we did 4 just to finish off the thing, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've not pushed the Earth missions much, but they seem pointless to me. Just go space.
So that is in part a bit of the problem, right? So you have a window of opportunity to push away 100 Murex. Right? So the more people that do the space missions, the more Murex you push away.
Yep.
Right? So that window goes from like, I think it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
It just gets shorter and shorter. Right? We did a group of, was it 12 of us or 16 of us yesterday?
16, there was 4 teams.
There was 4 teams. So there was 16 of us, and we did it yesterday.
I was so happy because did you see the chat at times?
When?
During the missions?
Yeah.
Did you not see people going mental over who was in the missions? Because obviously it tells you whose your kill codes get used and who's using the kill codes.
Really?
And there were people like, "Oh my god, Hydroxate's in this flotilla," and then like Joey's there. "Oh my god, Joey's hit!"
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I didn't pick up on that. No one clearly saw my name, so it's fine.
But it was just funny that people get excited. It's like, oh no, what was it? This flotilla is lit. We've got so many YouTubers or something. It was just like, yeah, it's hilarious.
What was I saying? Yeah, so there was quite a few of us, and I don't know when we started, but I don't think we started at the dead beginning because we were busy.
Oh, it was only about 2 or 3 in. No, we did. No, it was the beginning.
No, the beginning of the window.
Oh no, not the beginning. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So now, when I did it, when my team did it, we didn't have an optimum build, and as a result, it took us an hour to get through all 17. Chondrix.
What? So you just did one mission?
Yeah, we did just one.
What?
Yeah, no, what's it called? Because we didn't understand. Like, you know, I think only.
Have you done a space mission yet?
No, I haven't done a space mission yet. Yeah, space just flies through it. So I know that.
Why would you even do ground missions? They're awful.
I know, but the thing is, I don't know if any one of us in my team actually had a good railjack.
Oh, you don't even need a good railjack.
Oh, okay, so you just take Garbo railjack and okay, cool. Yeah. Duly noted.
You need I suppose it's slightly different. I mean, I suppose Raul's railjack was at least quick, but what you do is you log it, you get your peer in, and there's like a buoy, and you ram the buoy so it sticks to your ship. You fly a Murex until it basically the buoy goes, oh, this is where I have to be as a waypoint, and just gets stuck. As soon as the buoy gets stuck, it's invincible. You then just ram your ship right into the middle of the Murex.
Yeah.
I think it's like a hair scrunchie, you know, when there's like haircut things.
Yeah,
you just ram it right in the middle there, and then the enemies can't get you.
So wait, so there is a way with the railjack you could actually go underneath and park it inside the Murex?
Just go in the hole. Just go in the middle of the hole. Just park it right next to the entrance to the where you get out and you go in. Okay, just park it right there. Just ram it right in there.
Okay, cool.
The enemies barely get in there. Can't seem to, or they're too busy fighting outside. Railjack never gets really scratched apart from occasionally when Sentience board it, and then someone teleports back and fixes the ship.
Right.
It's so easy.
Right.
And then all you need is a limbo. You take the limbo, that's what Raul did. Take the limbo to the point. You just put down your 4 beacons and be like,
done.
We're going to kill any of these things? No. No.
So
we're going to have to defend anything? No.
So when we did it, we got like 2,000 odd points just on. We got max points on the 17 kills. And which was 2,293, 95, which is nothing compared to what the railjack gets.
Yeah, I think I had some. Did I print screen my?
I'm pretty sure. Raul was telling me that you guys were getting like 8K.
Yeah, I've got a picture here. Me and Raul were on. That was the first time me and Raul did it. We were top of the board at 8,005 points.
Yeah. You know, so it's like, so I do feel that there needs to be some coordination between the teams. So teams that are coordinated have a distinct advantage over players that do not have coordinated teams. Right? I don't like the fact that the Murex, effectively the flotilla, can go away early.
Yeah. So I assume the point of that is to stop people, right? Because obviously, in this event, they're going to let you buy arcanes and buy any number of arcanes as soon as your points is. The event's going so for a whole month. Maybe people could probably outfit themselves with a maxed out, because you only need 1 maxed out arcane now. You don't need 2, don't you?
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. So in theory, people could just complete their entire arcane collection from this event.
No, so I can't get the gold or platinum.
Raul was saying they haven't released those yet. They're going to
from what the dev stream hinted at, they weren't going to.
Right. Okay, well, Raul was saying that they were going to save those for later. Obviously, they didn't release them the first so that people didn't break the system and see how many points people were getting. I'm not sure if they are going to release them, though. Who knows? But that's the thing, is that if the Murex went away, or didn't go away, people could just spam them and get points and points and points. I think that's what they're worried about. They're trying to. It's interesting that this is kind of like years of DE event knowledge, kind of trying to work together to make it so that people can grind the event, but not utterly grind the event, to get some points, but not get too many points, to get rewards, but not too many rewards.
It's interesting because the problem I had was that when we had finished the event on the Tuesday, no, Thursday. Crap.
Thursday.
Seriously, telling the time, like, knowing days. So when we did it on Thursday, we finished it with 50 minutes before the next flotilla was due to go live, because there's a 10-minute window between them.
Yeah.
Right? And which I do think is very clever of them, because they do alterations between those 10 minutes. They deploy alterations between the 10 minutes. Really clever.
Alterations?
Yeah, so like they'll say they need to change numbers or something. They have scheduled the alterations to happen between the flotillas, right? So a patch.
What do you mean by alterations?
So like like
a patch.
So like a patch. If a patch needs to happen, it'll be between the things, which is actually very clever of them, right? And what was the other stuff? So if you guys are on the ball, right, and you start as soon as a window opens, you can easily hit 8K, right? But if there are other people that start later, they're at a disadvantage, right?
Yeah, of course.
Not only because they did not start when everyone else started, but because the window is not for the full 2 hours.
Yes, it's only till 100 Murex defeated. Yeah,
exactly. So my question to you is, what is the advantage of doing the full not doing the full 2 hours if you still got people that are in fully organized squads that will blitz through the thing as fast as they can to do as many runs as they can, to still get like 8K plus, when the majority of people on the ground can't even hit 5K.
I just honestly think that the ground K numbers don't make sense.
So my question to you, right, is how would you, put yourself in Dee's position, do you think it is a good idea or a viable idea to make it so that the windows are always 2 hours, right? But all you have to do is make sure you hit 100 Murex to get that double point thing. So you could do like 130 Murex, you could do 140 Murex.
So the problem is people.
Yeah.
If you make it like that, then you'll get a lot of people trying to snipe at the last second all the time. The like 90 Murex. They won't bother helping low Murex flotillas because they'll get the maximum points by just sneaking in.
That's not how it works, right? It's the maximum of your points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
from a mission.
Yeah, from a mission.
Yeah.
Right?
So they'll come in around 80 Murex and try and get one full mission in, and then it's close to 100, and then they'll again leave, then wait for another flotilla to get close to full Murex, and then jump in and do it. There's no incentive for people to be there helping out the low Murex. And if there is, people will then have no reason to keep focusing on a flotilla, because they'll do one. If they're coming in an early flotilla, they'll do one mission at maximum points, and then there's no incentive for them to keep doing more missions on that flotilla.
So are flotillas still joined? Because they were yesterday.
I don't see. That's the weird thing. They weren't on Wednesday, but they were on Thursday.
Yeah, I
don't think they were. You see.
I need to message someone.
It was weird. On Thursday, they all kind of ended together, didn't they?
It just completely threw us.
Or is that just some clever system where, because we'd finished a flotilla, we couldn't join other flotillas? Just anytime we joined a flotilla, it appeared to be 100. I believe there is some clever systems going on to try and limit the points you can generate. You asking?
The Discord. So I've just at-here'd the Discord to see if anyone can reply if flotillas are still joined together. So we'll see what people say. Yeah. So the thing is, they did say during the dev stream that you won't be connecting back to flotillas that you won't be connecting to a flotilla that's already full.
Right.
From my understanding, it was that they were joined, but that you were always placed into a completed one. Oh, right. Okay, so that was just a bug.
Right. It's hard to say.
So apparently they're not meant to be joined.
They're not meant to be joined. I dislike this whole... hopefully this is just them testing out and getting data on how their system's working. And like we've seen in previous events or operations, they then come out with a completed version of the game mode, and it's radically different, but it functions a whole lot better. My favorite one is survival for that. It's survival event being a mad one room, billions of enemies coming at you to the point that machines fell apart, as in your computer fell apart, altered into a large map area with multiple tiles where you could survive and move around, and
with
had to keep moving
restores and
so that it encouraged you to. It allowed the spawning of mobs to be less stressful on people's computers.
So my question to you before we go on to the replies is it more beneficial to do a wave do a ground mission on one flotilla and then not stay on that flotilla but migrate to another one?
In theory.
So it's always better to go from one flotilla to another.
If you get points for the completion of a flotilla, and then your score is determined by your skill on that flotilla, and it's only based on your double your one mission goal.
No, I thought it was your total points. So say you were to run it multiple times.
Right, then you only need to hit 5k, and then it's doubled up to 10k.
Yeah.
No, it's done by missions. It's done by missions. You have to run 3 missions. Yeah, I remember Ral saying, because we get above our heads.
So the best thing to do... Yeah, but then it's impossible to get 3k for the ground mission. It is physically...
Why?
Well, it caps at 2295.
Yeah, you have to do multiple ground missions.
Right, okay.
I think you have to finish them.
Right, but you still only get...
I saw people doing ground missions, and they'd get things above their heads when they came back. Like I saw you'd only had one.
Yeah, because I was over 1,000.
We had 3 space missions, and we just went to a mission, got 1 pip, went to a mission, got 2 pip, went to a mission, got 3rd pip. It didn't seem to be based on our score. We didn't get 3 pips for doing one mission. But the doubles,
so the double credits, is that only based on your top 1? Okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. Right, we don't know. Right, let's go to the replies.
The scoring on this system is... I don't think it's very clear. It just seems to be a bit... I see what they were trying to do, because they're trying to... We still got time. They're trying to balance the game versus to make players play it, to also make players help finish off flotillas, to encourage players to want to finish off flotillas, to discourage people hopping between just finished flotillas which are on the verge of finishing, so that you couldn't just... Because that's the point of these things. You can't just pop in at 99, do one thing, get the full score, because then people would be doing that. So they're trying to balance all these weird ways of people breaking the system. It's the point that I'm like, how does this work?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's look at what the reply said. First reply: the real PvP lies behind a PvE. I don't feel... I've not... Maybe it's because I'm with Ral, and Ral is a destroying machine when it comes to events and things. But I didn't feel like I was abusing I was PvPing versus other players. It did feel still cooperative. I don't think it was that bad. Did you feel like you were being cheated being on a ground mission?
No.
Even though you are.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the problem is I only got to do 1 because we were so inefficient. You know?
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. There's nothing about efficiency on the space missions, because you just get as long as you got a railjack with some health. I think like a very basic railjack might have problems, but a little bit of speed in your railjack, that's all you need. And then a limbo.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's mission optimized. Next reply is: you can get 10k tier reward 5 minutes with a bit of planning and a railjack. With 3 people, not full squad, I did 3 full runs in an hour.
But I think railjack has a distinct advantage, because I'm pretty sure it does get more points per round anyway.
Yeah, it gets more points. It's ridiculous to the railjack. So the way it works is when you get to the thing, you deploy your oplinks.
Yeah.
If you have 4 oplinks up, and there's the only limitation is if there are kill codes. As long as there's kill codes, you upload a kill code every 10 seconds with 4 uplinks. And that means you have to do 9, which means you're done in 1 minute 30 seconds. And then that's one done.
Way faster.
Yeah, and then it teleports you straight back to the railjack.
Yeah.
And then you just collect the buoy and move it to the next point. And then you just crash it into the ship, get on the ship, get to the location, set up, 1 minute 30 seconds, bam, that's another ship done. So yeah, easily you can get 3-4
How many Murex can you do in
I think it's 5.
Right, and then you have to come out and go back in.
Then it sends you back to the relay.
Right, okay, cool.
I think it was 5. Next reply. So our team was doing 17 scans under 25 minutes, and we got stuck at 9.3k last run because our flotilla hit 100. Second behind us had 5k, and everyone under wasn't even near 3k. At least one of the Railjack crews could hit 10k because they received shitloads of data from our party. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I also noticed that for every... Like, most of the time I look at how many Railjack missions there are to ground missions. There's like 3 Railjack missions, and then about 10 ground missions. It's like... Why people no play Railjack? It's weird.
One thing I will say is I do not think that they should even out the scores, because I think there needs to be a strong incentivization. Go do Railjack.
Yeah, I was discussing this. I don't get why people, in theory, everyone should just go do the Railjack because it's worth more points. It's easier. If you've got a full group of 4 people, put down their uplinks. It takes no time at all. You don't even need to have intrinsics because we brought people without intrinsics and it teleports you back. Does all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my concern.
The only thing is then that if there's nobody doing Railjack, nobody doing Earth missions, then there'll be no kill codes. But I don't see the incentive of making people go do Earth missions. I think everyone's going to realize at some point that the Railjack missions give more points, and everyone's just going to go do that.
So my question to you is: if people are just going to go do Railjack, right? One, there's not going to be enough supply to meet the demand, right? So the kill code, so we won't hit the 100, right?
Yep.
Or we're going to hit the 100 faster, right? We're going to burn through the 100 Murex in like an hour. And then there's an hour and 10 minutes where we can't do anything. Yeah? So this is why I asked the question, should we be able to continue to do Murex stuff while...
I don't get why there isn't a way to keep doing something at a reduced reward.
Sure.
And that seems to be the bit that's missing. People want to play the event to get points. Let them get it, even if they're getting piecemeal points.
Yeah, maybe actually do it when you've gotten to a certain point, then you just get piecemeal points, right? So you could keep doing the flotilla. Other people can still do it at their rate. So you might get to like piecemeal points within the first hour, whereas someone else might not get to the piecemeal points at all. Yeah,
some of the flotillas are still struggling, and they're on like 10 minutes left, and they're trying to get their last 5 done or something. I'm surprised you're not going mental over this event more, to be honest, because if we compare this to the Earth Night and Day, you used to hate that kind of thing.
No, I still hate it. I still hate it.
So I'm surprised you're not shocked at this when you finished.
The thing is, I still don't know, because as far as I can tell, what we experienced yesterday was a bug. After we finished that flotilla, we should have been able to go to another one that was still in progress, but we weren't able to. So, and they did say in the dev stream that they had quote unquote fixed that.
Okay, we'll have to see their feedback next week.
Again,
this event's going for a month.
Exactly.
Right, next thing.
Reply.
I feel like changing the missions from endless was to make sure the 100 cap was not reached too quickly. But the cap is too low to begin with and should not be a cap at all and just a goal to reach. There we go. Yes, I like this. Help get the flotilla instance to 100 and then keep going, or just remove the X out of X and make it just a counter for how much that one instance has driven off and make the missions endless like they originally said.
No, I think what you said, do it in 17 and 5, whatever. But the important thing is the reduced rate at which you get the points, the Scarlet tokens.
I mean, obviously you also want to encourage people to go do flotillas and help them finish off. So I think you should be able to go join that's working, or there's one at 90 and it's got 10 minutes left, and you can join in to get that finished. But if they're you should also be able to just sit on a flotilla and just keep doing missions and get reduced points. No more bonus points. You can just keep doing it. Or you could even, if they're really clever, if you do bonus on your flotilla, it aids other flotillas. Maybe if there are them struggling, maybe. So I assume this thing about the endless though is this that was the Earth mission originally endless and they changed it? Is that what we're saying here?
I don't know, because as far as I can tell, it was always like capped at 17 scans. It's a weird number, 17. But the I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, well, the last one is, honestly, they should remove the cap on Murex per wave. It feels bad and is only there to stop people from clearing this event in a week.
No, this is to... I think the problem is, like... Wait, is that Murex per wave is in the 100?
I think so.
No, I think the big thing about
this be.
Is I think they are they're forcing the windows of opportunity, because if they don't, then I think the number of people playing it will die off really quickly.
Yes.
Which is, yes, this is what the point is that they're making, and that's a bad thing. Right? It feels bad, and it's only there to stop people from clearing the event in a week. But it's important that they do stop that. Because otherwise, people that don't come in till next week, right, won't have anyone to play with.
Well, that's why I think they'll be bringing in the other arcanes to give people additional rewards. I do hope, if I'm really in my heart of hearts hoping that there's like an additional tier to this. Oh, one of my favorite events. I know that, we always love Graffidi's Dilemma, but a special thing in my heart for event loving goes for Tethra's Doom.
Yes.
The dev stream.
He's like, Tenno, you think it's this easy? Yeah.
You've only been attacking the auxiliary cores!
Sorry.
It was like, damn.
Damn, Sean. Right, cool.
That was so good.
So, right. That's it for this topic. We will be putting polls in this, but we'll work them out after the episode. And we'll move straight on to the memes.
Really?
Yeah, we will.
Okay, let me just do one thing quickly and put the memes in this thread for you so that I don't forget to do that now.
Roll. Ready? Ooh.
Oh, and I'm actually going to record the time for this. All that. Right. So are you ready for some memes?
Yep.
Are you ready for memes?
Yep.
Meme frame review. There we go. And so
I
have to find where I've put my memes. They're my memes. Meme number 1. The thing that won't be there when you need it. When you have a blueprint of the weapon you want. It was time for Argon to leave. He had seen blueprints.
Okay. That was good. Next one.
Yep. Thomas the Tank Engine. It's so true, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Bloody Argon never turns up when you want it.
Yep.
Meme number 2.
Yep.
Old meme, but it needs to be said. Get this man a skin.
God.
Some bit of Revenant hate there. But
yep.
Still.
Yep.
I laughed at that. I was like, okay.
I'm on board for the Revenant hate now.
Really?
Yeah, Revenant's my new hate.
Oh, why's that?
I just don't like him.
Oh.
It's just like, oh yeah, you have to what's called make thralls, and then you put on your super skin, your damage reduction, and then you got to wisp through the thralls to get more damage reduction, and then it's like, or iron skin.
Fair enough. Meme number 3.
Nova's Null Star and Molecular Prime is less work than that. Right, number 3.
Is Scarlet Spear going to be another Grindfest? DE. Well, yes, but actually no. You don't even know. We'll have to find out next week. Number 4. Oh, yes, I love this one. This was now highly upvoted, but my favourite one. So this will only be for anyone who's actually done the Railjack section of the event.
Yeah.
So, and waiting an eternity or 2 for a kill code to transmit. Very annoying problem when you sit there. You got your 4 op links. You're like, where's the kill codes? Where's the kill codes at? Where's the kill codes at? But anyway, when you get back to ship, if you've left it alone, which you will have, you'll have some friends. Me and the boys back from mucking up a Murex. Sentient borders having fun in my Railjack. I've not played Doom Eternal, so I don't know if this is a cutscene or something.
I don't think it is. I think it's like one of their advertising segments.
Ah,
Doom Eternal, do recommend. Very good game. I don't like Doom 2016. I love Doom Eternal. Really good.
Interesting. But this is how common it is, because obviously when you finish your uplink, it just dumps you all back on the ship. It teleports you all.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh look, friends have joined. They ain't lasted long. Yeah. Number 5. Oh yes, number 5. I saw this and I laughed. Right. If anyone knows the trolley problem, when you don't have prime shore footage yet, because it's one on 400 days, you got to improvise. So a trolley problem solution. Do you know what a trolley problem is?
Yes. Yeah.
So you got to make a choice.
Yeah.
And then I saw this.
Well, no, it's either don't make a choice and let 5 people die, or make a choice to actually kill one person to save 5 people.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Or when it's the choices infestation and grenadier scorpions, I like the solution. Get them both.
Yes.
And I saw this because I think it was one of the most highly upvoted memes of this week.
Yeah.
Meme number 6. Literally all Warframe YouTubers. Warframe players on YouTube. I hate this game. Like, what? Do we?
Do we hate this game? I don't think... Are we... Do we... Answer in the description, sorry, in the comments below. Do we hate this game?
Oh? Apparently that's how it is.
I do kind of get this, though.
I assume that there's lots of... I've not seen much... Is there much hate for Scarlet Spear? Is there?
Oh, no, there's just, like, constant toxicity. Like, when Railjack came out, like, look at how many content creators just said, like, oh, this is fucking garbage.
Oh, what was that video? Who literally said something like, DE are actively trying to destroy Warframe, and I was like...
Nope. Right, so, moving on, community shoutouts.
The memes. Com shouts.
Community shoutouts. Right. So, first one. A little realistic. So, Beware.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
I'm saving that one.
Very
I don't often say
self-aware. Not self-aware. Topical. Yeah, very topical. Yeah.
That's so cute.
Moving on to number 2.
Yeah.
Nova Deluxe by Chicken Draws Dogs. So there's 2 versions of this one. I actually really like the one with like the long antimatter ponytail sort of thing. So, and I actually...
Is that in game?
Yeah, the deluxe skin came out. So
no, the antimatter ponytail.
No. So I know it's taunting us, isn't it? But I gotta say, I do love this skin. It's actually a really nice skin. I
remember seeing it at TennoCon, not thinking much of the image, but liking the concept of what it was supposed to be. I remember you telling me that on one of the dev streams that we saw it and it wasn't this thing. Then finally seeing it, and I'm like, that looks really cool. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the conceptual design because too much of it was like, this doesn't feel like Nova. But I will say the final product does really feel like Nova.
But do we have an antimatter ponytail?
No. We should have one.
Damn it. Why can't I have an antimatter ponytail? Why'd you do this to me, D?
Yeah.
This to me.
Right. Then number 3 is Wisp by Bucho. So, yeah.
What is this? Is this she cute? She shy? She evil? I don't know. What is this?
This is what it screams. Like there seems to be 2 sides to Wisp,
right?
And there's like the pink cutesy side, and then there's the dark. I'm gonna melt everything with the sun side.
The power of the sun
in the palm of my hand. Right. Moving on to number 4.
Yep.
Right. Original frame concept by Valda.
Little Tomb Raider ready to steal our goodies.
So this Warframe concept, like, I recommend go to their Twitter. They commissioned like a lot of people to come up with this concept. This is all around the time of the new Warframe concept idea and everything. I'm pretty sure this is a fire-based Warframe. I'm not 100% sure, but I couldn't find anything truly written down about this concept. But I do like the actual imagery itself. Very Nova Harrow-esque. Yeah. Cool. Then we've got number 5, which is Your Heart by Frevelisk.
Ooh.
Loz is like, I'm stunned. This is so stunning.
I can taste the darkness in this.
How stunnable.
Taste the darkness.
Right?
It's palpable.
And then...
Taste the darkness.
So moist. Right, so number...
Not wet.
No!
Cake should never be wet.
Moving on. Then number 6. I do recommend everyone go check this one out. So this is a lot of different Tenno concepts by Kevin Glint. So the one that's currently on screen is a Vault Tenno, but I'm pretty sure they had Mirage. I think Valkyr was in there as well. There's Excalibur. Yeah.
Valkyr.
So there's a lot in there. They're very nice designs. And I'd love to see any of these as final products. Yep.
I'd love to see a Harrow with a small helmet. I don't know why. Just give me a good Harrow helmet. I don't know. Anyway.
Right. So that's it for community shoutouts.
Yeah.
Got 5 minutes left or less than. Right, you ready?
3 minutes, 50 seconds. Let's go.
Right. Lotus spent a long time trying to perfect us. When she worked, she talked about her great plan. During every metamorphosis, I wanted to please her. I'd ask, where would we go once this plan was complete? Her answer was always the same, to the reservoir.
Bam! I know this. I think it's a new film.
Yep.
Is it a superhero film?
Yep.
Marvel?
Yep.
So it's always the same. Oh. So who's being trained here? Or who's being made? Like there's copies or clones of someone, or there's loads of them, or working in a team. Well, things are at 2 minutes. I know there's only so many, and I don't really want to do it by just guessing. So I think I will give up just for simplicity.
Disappointed. I'll give you a hint, right?
Okay.
It's not we, it is me. Right? I changed the singular to plural.
Oh. Training one person. Why is the same thing? Is this a villain?
Yep.
Is it a good villain?
They became
female?
good. Female.
Captain Marvel?
Nope.
Became good. Oh, is this Gamora talking?
Nope. Close.
Oh, Nova?
Yeah.
Endgame?
Yeah. What is she talking about?
I don't remember.
When she was being made perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Thanos would always talk to her about his plan. And while she was dismantled, she would ask him, like, so what would you do after the plan? And the answer, where would we go once the plan is completed? And his answer was always the same, to the garden.
Oh, I can't remember that line, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when they're in the meeting room after Tony and Nebula have been rescued.
I think I've seen Endgame. I think I've only seen Endgame once, really, actually. I saw Infinity War twice in the cinema and seen it more since, but I don't think it was Endgame once. Oh, well. Cool. Still, really good quote. I liked it. Nice use of terms. The changing thing really threw me, but then, it's good. It's very good.
Cool.
And we're going to close it there under an hour. Wow.
Yeah.
All those times I wanted to get it under an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, and you know what it takes now to do it? Just got to have one topic.
It's one topic. Like I was say, let us know if you like this. If you prefer 2 small topics or whatever. But yeah, we will never get to 6 in the future. We will go back when everything returns to normal. But we wanted to keep delivering an episode for all you lovely people at home. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next week.
Why?
Are we going to do guests?
We might have to suspend guests. Right.
Maybe.
Bye.